Hey everybody, welcome to Life of Sunny Lea. And it's been a very busy week. I mean, last week I looked at the calendar and I thought, oh wow, I don't have anything planned for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday, or Saturday. I might get some stuff done. That didn't quite work out. Sunday, we took two cars to town to church because we had to drop the Fiesta off to the shop. It was supposed to be there by 8 o'clock Monday morning, so we just decided to drop it off on Sunday after church. Then we went out to eat and came home and visited with the boys. Sean was here, and so it was nice having the three boys home. Visited with them. Then on Monday, I got to stay home, but Bill had to go into town all day long because in that toilet in one of the apartments. So he was in town most of the day, and I was home, and Sean was here, and so we visited with him. And I spent most of the day actually cleaning the office, getting my part all cleaned. I rerouted all the wires in the office and got the computers so the wires are not all over the desk every which way, because we'd added a computer and we just added it on top, and we added an Alexa and we just added the wires on top. So I rerouted all those wires, still trying to get the two printers to work that were old. The one I just decided to unplug. I was not having any luck with it at all. The other one, I'm not for sure. I think I may have to try to see if I can find somebody who can work on printers, because I really like to have that printer that goes to the old computer, because I really don't want to buy another computer. And so I did most of that on Monday. And on Tuesday I thought I had the day off, but he had made arrangements to go to the local cemetery office and talk about buying burial plots. Now, we've been with my best friend just dying and a lot of our friends being sick, and we're not exactly young chickens anymore, so we decided it was best to go ahead and get that taken care of. And that was a nice experience. We have our plots. In fact, we have plots for the whole family. And so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Now all we got to do is decide about the arrangements, whether we're going to pre-plan that or whether we're going to let the boys take care of that. But we got that done. And oh, I forgot to say, on Sunday, I brought Dusty in after being out for 2 hours, and banana baseball was on. And I was amazed. I know this dog loves balls, but she sat there and watched the whole game, and she was just so interested in it. And when it was over, she barked and barked. It's like, what? And we thought that was so funny. So she does like baseball on TV. Okay, getting back to Tuesday. Tuesday, she lost her favorite ball. And we hunted everywhere for it and could not find it. So we went to town and got our new ball. I also ordered, first of all, I ordered a new ball. And I ordered some treats for her, since we were running low on treats again. And I weeded the 2 raised garden beds that we had left in the front of the greenhouse. And I planted the cucumbers and the okra and the cantaloupe in those beds. So I did that on Tuesday and came in that evening, and I have these new combs. I bought them, like there's 6 of them, they're color coded, and I gave one to each of the boys and one to Dusty. And they're tick combs. You run them through your hair, and any crawling tick that's not attached will come out. And it will also tell you if there's one that's attached, because it'll stop. And I ran that through my hair, and of course, I found a tick. And I wasn't surprised, because I've been out in the garden working, pulling weeds, and the weeds were pretty high. So I was not surprised that I got one in my hair, but it had not attached to my skin. But those combs are really, really nice, and I like the fact that they're color coded. And so everybody knows what color they have, and it's really nice. On Wednesday, we were in town again with another appointment that he had made with the Miracle Ear to get his hearing tested, and they sent him home with a trial set to try. So he was trying those. That's when we went to Tractor Supply and got her a new ball, and we went out and got groceries, and I got her a new leash, because Sunday I noticed that her leash looked like it had been cut, and first I thought she'd chewed it, and I thought, nope, this has been cut somehow. So I don't know how her leash got cut, but her leash got cut. And so we got a new leash for her, and I love this new leash. It's got a padded handle, and it was not really that expensive, like $10. So that wasn't bad. I got it at Walmart. The ones at Tractor Supply, they wanted $15 for the same type of leash. And on Thursday we had to go back to Miracle Ear again for him to tweak the hearing aid to make sure it's right for him. And I worked out in the greenhouses, got the irrigation system started. I got the butternut squash planted, and I weeded the tomato trellis and got the ones that were ready to be put on strings. I strung those up, and then we went and got the Fiesta and brought it home. So no, we brought the Fiesta home on Friday. On Thursday I got my order from Amazon came, and I told my husband, I said, as soon as we get a new ball for her, I'm going to find that old ball. And we had to go to Columbus on Thursday, and too much time in the car gets me worrying. And I was worried about Dusty. I thought, what if she swallowed that ball? Could she possibly swallow a 3-inch ball? I thought, man, 3-inch ball is awful big. So I looked it up to see if a German Shepherd dog could swallow a 3-inch ball. And to my amazement, they can. Especially one that's squishy, has a hole in the sternum and they can squish it down. She could swallow a 3-inch ball. And if she did, it'd be life-threatening. Okay, I was really panicking by the time I got home because, first of all, she hadn't moved the whole time we were gone. And we were gone like for 3-4 hours. She was just in the same position. She had not moved hardly at all. And when I opened up the camera talking part, she didn't pay any attention when I whistled or when I yelled at her. She just did not move. And one of the signs of a blockage is a dog that just lays there and doesn't want to move. Also one that doesn't have any bowel movements. Well, she usually has 4 bowel movements a day, right in the morning, and she had only had 1. So I was really kind of concerned because, you know, once they get a blockage, you only have like 24 hours or less to take care of it. So I was really worried about it. I'm wondering, you know, if she had swallowed it, what would happen. And so I prayed about it. I prayed, please let me find that ball. Well, I came home and I looked for the ball, could not find it. Sat down in this chair, looked over to my shoulder to that rose bush over there, and the sun was glinting off of something. And I couldn't figure out what in the world the sun was shining off of. So I got up and I went over there and I looked, and there was the ball. Now I have no idea why. We never saw it before. It's a glow-in-the-dark ball. Why it did not glow, you know, because it was pretty dark, especially at nighttime, and it's in the shade. It should have been glowing. But I was very happy I found the ball. Now she has 3 little balls. 2 of the 3-inch and 1 a 4-inch. And she's been playing with the 4-inch one. I have not gotten the 3-inch ones out. going to watch her very closely. The thing about the 3-inch ones, they do have that hole in the center. So I told my husband I'm thinking about getting some rope and just making it a toss toy that we can toss. It has the rope on it, and that way we'll, you know, it'll be safer than just, she won't be able to scrunch it down so much, and with the rope we'll be able to find it better. So that's what I'm thinking about doing with those. I got that idea from one of the videos I watched, Tom Davis. That's why he has a ball like that has a rope on it, which he uses for a toss. So I think that's what I'm going to do with that ball, and then we'll still, those 2 balls. That way we'll still be able to use them, but they still be her favorite, and she can still play toss with them. So at least I found the ball. I was very happy, praise the Lord. And on Friday was beautiful. Decided it was time to put the cats out in the catico and leave them there. So I took them out, and my problem was I couldn't figure out how to feed them. And I have these little trays, small little trays, and I thought that would be a great thing to use. I had them in the craft area, not knowing for sure what I was going to do with them. And they turned out to be the perfect thing for feeding the cats. Take the cans of foods out there, open up the door, go inside, and just dish out the food, and they all go to their separate little categories. Some of them didn't eat right away, and I figured that's okay. They're all pretty fat, so if they miss a meal, it's not going to hurt them. There's dry food there too, and I figured by today they'll know that they're going to be competing against each other for food. Not, you know. So hopefully tonight when I feed them, it'll be easier. Oh, what, you looking at me? Good girl. Yeah. So hopefully tonight when I feed them, and they should be able to stay out, and they're the places, the catico is covered on one side. They got 2 dog houses in there, and a little 2 boxes, and then another box at the bottom. So there's plenty of places for them to sleep and to get in and out of the weather if it does storm. Plus the half of the catico is covered. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to stay out there this summer unless it gets super, super hot, or if it has a really, really bad storm. And thinking about getting them a heated house for this winter, and maybe even actually being able to leave them out there unless it really, really gets super, super cold. I think it'd be much more healthier for them. Had trouble finding some fish in my fish aquarium. I was only seeing 2 for a long time, but the 3rd one finally came out, so I do still have 3 fish in that aquarium upstairs. And what else? Sunny is doing better. She's drinking her vitamin water. She still has that little black spot on her beak, which I don't know what's causing it. But I bought my Amazon order was fruits. Pieces of fruit, and I also stopped at Pet Sense and got some pelleted fruit, which she doesn't like as much. I have to put some water in it. I have to put some water in it to make it more of a mush, because her beak is flaking and it's overgrown and it's not looking right. And we're trying the vitamin A supplements first, because I don't know, the closest bird vet is over in North Vernon. I heard that the one in Seymour Animal Hospital, I've heard that they may do birds, but I haven't called them. And this bird doesn't like to be handled much. And last time I handled it, it went limp on me. So I'm thinking if I take it to someplace, there's a good chance it's not going to do too well. So I'm trying to do as much as I can for it here at the house, and trying to put off going to a vet if I can possibly do that, since she does not like to be handled. I got the irrigation system going, and pretty much now that got the cats out in the catico, it's made things a lot easier. I can turn on the irrigation. I got the irrigation system working. Everything's working on it fine. I've got 2 leaks that I need to plug. I gotta get some tape for that, or otherwise run new tubing. I've got the tubing, I could run it, but I figure if I can get some tape to tape it, that's fine too. Other than that, it's doing fine. So I've got a system down where I can go out in the morning, take care of the animals inside, go out and take care of Josie, and turn her out, make sure she has fresh water and food, and then come and go and turn on the irrigation system, and then go and leave Dusty out. Of course, I have to stay here and watch her for the whole time she's out, because she has tendency to go into the flower garden after bees and stuff, and I don't want her around the irises or the evergreen, because both of those can be toxic to dogs. And so I kind of have side. Plus, she's intact, she's not spayed, and I don't want her any puppies, especially any puppies from a mutt. So I have to stay out here with her to make sure she's safe, make sure she stays out of trouble. I have the e-collar on her. Every time she gets close to the irises or the evergreen plant, I do hit the sound. Do not have to hit the vibration very often. Every once in a while I have to remind her, but not very often. Never ever have I used the shock. Like I said before, the shock is only if she's in immense danger, and that's when I would use it. But as long as she's responding to the sound, I don't have to be too concerned. And I'm also teaching her German. We are working on Leave It with this Lass es, and No, 9, Good Girl, Good, and Set for set, Platz for down. And she's doing very well with them. She's getting them down. She doesn't have them down pat yet, but she's learning them. Like if I'm teaching them, I'll say like leave it, and then I'll follow with Lass es, so she combines the two words so she knows that they mean the same. So, and sometimes I'll do them the other way around, you know, do the German first, then the English. And she's been responding, so hopefully we'll have a dual language dog. So we're working on it. And like I said, Saturday I got the irrigation system going, and finally got out to the melon patch and got the pumpkins and the watermelons planted. So everything is planted. I still need to harvest those beets and turnips. I'm not even sure if they're any good anymore. They're gigantic, and then I'll have to replant something into those beds. I got the melon patch done. Did leave some wildflowers on the end for the bees. I got watermelon planted there. Here I got pumpkin in the center. The cement block is what divides the two. And then over here I got a row of marigolds dividing the cantaloupe, which is on this end. So I finally got the garden completely planted. So it's been an interesting and a fun week. So like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everybody.